Yeah, so this is my all-time list. Like these are the guys that for me impacted me the most, okay? Marshall Falk, I had him at five there. And Marshall was a guy that came around when I was starting to enter, junior high school, high school. I remember seeing him at San Diego State, that one Thursday night game, man, BYU. Marshall ripped them up. And I was like, man, who is this dude? He was doing it all, catching it, running it, the moves. Marshall Falk had a huge influence on me from the pass game perspective, okay? And then number four, obviously, Barry Sanders is to me, if putting the ball in Barry Sanders' hands, he's the greatest ever. Like if you just give him a handoff and just let him go, just don't do nothing else, just watch him. He's the greatest of all times in terms of running the football. He's special. Love Barry Sanders. And then number three is my guy, Emmitt Smith, man. A model of consistency, longevity. But not only that, Emmitt had the greatest balance of any running back. It was really hard to knock Emmitt off his balance. You can hit him, he would just bounce to another, hole and break another tackle and finish 5 or 6 yards down the field. And a very underrated catcher of the football as well. Number two, my all-time favorite, Walter Payton. The reason I wanted to play the running back position, man, I remember being, 6, 7 years old, watching football with my dad, and the Chicago Bears in my house, they were always on in my house. And my pops, man, he would leave the room for a little while and come back and quiz me on what was going on in the game with Walter Payton. And I would run it down to him. Walter Payton did this, Dad. Then he caught the ball, you know what I'm saying? Then he ran over somebody. He put his helmet in somebody's chest. It was incredible. Number one, the Godfather. I mean, come on, Jim Brown. And I say he's the Godfather because Jim set the standard for young black boys, growing up. I think he was the guy that my dad, my uncles, obviously my granddad, they talked about. He was the standard. He was who you wanted to emulate and be like. A guy that, was a hero, an icon off the field as well for what he did in his community, in the black community. So my all-time five, that's my guys right there.
Phenomenal.
Brandon, you're always dissecting lists. How do you feel about this one?
One, I think this was the greatest top five we've ever done. LT, I see why you spent 10 years in broadcasting at the highest level and now transitioning to, doing your own thing. Seriously, like just the way you communicated it, it convinced me, and I said it had to convince me, but there's still a little gray for me.
Where's
Ashley.
the gray? Where's the gray? Here we go.
Where's it at?
Where's LT? Where's LaDainian? Where's LaDainian? Where's LaDainian Tomlinson on this list? I witnessed this man break the single season scoring record in real life. Shot through the heart. Like, where are you at?
I can't put myself in there though. That's
I respect that.
I can't. That's for other people to do. Like these were the guys that had an influence on me. I can't put myself in there. Like I wanted to live up to these guys. So how can I take one off and put myself in there? It would be weird to me. So I leave that for everybody else.
So this is what I would do. No disrespect. I love how you articulated yourself, and I wasn't playing when I said that. So I'm excited to see what you're building, and when you roll that out. Don't forget about Ashley and I. We would love to work with you, so don't forget about us. Yeah. But this is what I would do. I would move Jim Brown. I hear what you're saying. I would move Jim Brown to almost like a civil rights leader. I put him in that category with the Muhammad Ali's, right? He came up in that era, right? And so everything you said is 100% true. I mean, his game was just next level. Marshall Falk is another one. He's Ashley is like our running back expert. Like anything you need to know about the running back position and how it's evolving, ask Ashley. But Marshall Falk was the first one to kind of like start catching the ball out the backfield at that clip, super dynamic. So what I would actually do is I would take them two out, and I would put LT and Adrian Peterson in. And I didn't have time to prepare for this, but that would be my top 5, right?
Wow.
And a lot of people might, I might get a lot of flack from taking Jim Brown out, but I think he's in another space.
I actually agree with you, Brandon, because I struggle with that too, because it's almost like it's not fair to have Jim Brown on there, man. He's the godfather. That's why I call him that. So he's really in his own category. Like, there's never gonna be another Jim Brown on and off the field.
Right.
So I agree with you. You kind of put him in another stratosphere, right?
That's right.
And then you start, okay, now who's the top 5?
Yep. I agree.